Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Sam. I am a professional hairstylist as well as a part-time YouTuber. I've been doing YouTube now for years. I started my channel like at the very end of 2012, so it's been 7 years that I've been doing YouTube videos on and off. And I get questions all the time about how to start a YouTube channel, what do you use to film, what do you use to edit, how do you grow and get subscribers, etc. So I thought I would just sit down, answer all your questions, and hopefully this will be helpful. I think especially right now with everything that's going on with the state of the world, quarantine, all that, we all have a lot more free time on our hands. So this is the perfect opportunity if you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Now is the time to do it because you have the time. So I had asked you guys on my Instagram what questions you want me to answer, and I've tried to categorize them all so that everything flows. So just a little bit of backstory. So I first discovered YouTube like the end of high school. I remember I was looking up like tutorials to do my own hair and makeup for prom, and I became obsessed. And for a couple years I kept thinking, I love this so much, I could do this too, like this looks so fun, but I was really scared. And then finally I was in college, between classes, I was bored out of my mind, and I was like, hey, I have a laptop with a webcam, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. And so I did, and I was a little bit all over the place. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I started out doing like some beauty stuff, some fashion stuff. I wasn't like always consistent with my channel. There'd be times where I would go months without posting anything at all, because for me it was just a hobby. And then once I started my journey of going to cosmetology school and becoming a professional hairstylist, I was like, let me document this on my channel. And that's when things started to take off a little bit more for me, and I started becoming more consistent and my following started to grow, and I now would consider it a job. So first, let's talk about having the confidence to make a channel, because this is something that anytime I'm talking to somebody about them potentially making a YouTube channel, they're just really nervous. It seems like that is always the number one thing that holds people back from just starting is, the lack of confidence, not knowing what to make your channel about, not knowing if you're gonna be awkward in front of the camera, if people are gonna like you, etc. So a question I have here is, when you started, were you nervous of people that you know making comments about your channel? I honestly was. I was so nervous about anyone that I knew in real life finding out about my channel. In the very beginning, I posted my first few videos and didn't tell anybody. I think the only people who knew about it was my brother and my boyfriend at the time, because they were the ones who kind of encouraged me to go for it. I think especially at the time, YouTube wasn't as popular as it is now, so I was like extra self-conscious that people were gonna be like, what the hell is this girl doing? Nowadays though, I think it's so common and so many people do it. My best advice is don't try to hide it, like don't act embarrassed by it, because then that just makes the whole thing more awkward. Like just be confident, be like, yeah, I'm making a YouTube channel, hey, go watch my videos, give it a thumbs up. How to be comfortable or sound natural talking to a camera. So this is something that's just gonna come with time, honestly. I feel like majority of people, their first videos suck. They're much more quiet, they're timid, they're just clearly uncomfortable. If you go back and look at my very first videos, like you can see over time, like throughout the years, I get more and more confident as time goes on. I feel like there isn't really any one trick. It's just something that just happens naturally. Like pretend that you're just talking to one of your closest friends. What motivated you to keep making videos knowing no one was watching in the beginning? I don't know, when I first started, I wasn't necessarily making videos because I wanted a big audience. I just thought that the idea of sitting down and recording myself doing something and editing it, like just the whole process was fun to me. So yeah, I never really struggled with that. I just always did it just because I loved it, regardless of how many people were watching. Okay, so now let's talk about setup and equipment and everything that I use to film and edit my videos. But first, I gotta give a shout out to the sponsor of this video. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. I've mentioned Skillshare on my channel before, so I'm sure a lot of you guys already are familiar with them, but Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step on their creative journey. They have thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. Skillshare classes include a combination of video lessons and a class project. Members get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects and feedback from a community of millions. And most classes are under 60 minutes with short lessons to fit any schedule and any skill level. So whether you're a beginner or a pro, you'll be able to find something perfect for you. Two classes that I was actually watching recently that I think would be totally relevant and useful if you're someone who's just starting a YouTube channel is iPhone filmmaking, creative cinematic video with your phone, and filmmaking on a budget, tips for achieving a cinematic look. Especially right now with everything that's going on, like I said, this is the perfect time to jump into learning a new skill, to take your mind off of all the scary, uncertain things going on right now. So the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get 2 months free of a premium membership. So I'm gonna show you my filming setup right now and everything that I have been using to film my YouTube videos as of lately. So this is my filming setup currently. So I record my videos in my basement. So I don't really have a huge amount of space to film my videos, but the setup that I have has been working for me for quite a while now. So I have this backdrop here that I got from Amazon. So it's just a stand like this, and then I put this fabric over top. The fabric and the stand came separately. I will link everything that I'm showing you in the description. Pretty much everything that I use is from Amazon. And then I have this little backdrop light that I like to use because it just helps to like smooth the background out and it makes the background look a little bit less flat. I just like the lighting effect that that creates. Then I have just this regular plain old chair, this plain desk from IKEA. And then as far as lighting, I use these two large softbox lights. I do like the softbox lights as opposed to just like a big ring light because I feel like this light is more diffused and it's not as harsh. And then I also have this little mini ring light. It isn't totally necessary. I bought it a long time ago for like a separate purpose, and then I had it and I was just like, oh, let me just use that as just some additional light so that I could like have my face be a little bit more lit up. It honestly doesn't really make a huge difference because it's so small. Then for my camera and the tripod, this tripod is just an Amazon basic. And then my camera is the Canon SL2. So it's just a simple basic DSLR camera. And then I do use an external microphone. The microphone on the camera is okay, but because my basement is very echoey, it just really picks up an echo and the sound quality isn't as good. So I do like to use an external microphone. And this particular microphone, you can attach to the top of the camera right here, but I got this extension cable for it. So it plugs right into my camera, and then I just prop it up next to the little mini ring light. So that way it's really close to me and it picks up the sound much more clear without any of the echo. If you are gonna be recording your videos with a camera instead of your phone, I do highly suggest getting multiple memory cards, because the last thing you want is to be in the middle of filming a video and then you run out of space on your memory card and then you have to wait to upload it to your computer, and it's a mess. So I have some extra ones here. These are 32 gigabytes. I think I have another one that is 64. I also have extra batteries. That's another thing. Sometimes in the middle of filming, the battery will die. So it's nice to have backup ones that you can just switch out. So that's everything that I use to film my videos. I accumulated this over time. There's absolutely no need to go online and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on equipment, especially when you're just starting out. As long as you have a phone that records video, especially the iPhones, the video quality is amazing nowadays. So you can record your videos straight from your phone. A lot of the times when I'm vlogging, I will use my iPhone, and honestly, when I'm editing the footage, I can't even tell the difference in quality between my iPhone and my actual like vlogging camera, which somebody else asked that too. What camera do I use to vlog with? I use the Canon G7X, just like the original first version of it. And it does have a screen that flips up, and it has Wi-Fi capabilities, so I can send any video and photos that I take on the camera straight to my iPhone, which is pretty cool. And I use it on a Manfrotto little tripod thing, which I got on Amazon. All my equipment, like I said, is from Amazon. And I do like having a separate camera. I've had this thing for so many years now, but honestly, my phone records video just as well as this little vlog camera does. So you could definitely just use this. As far as lighting, if you can sit in front of a nice big window during the daytime and use natural sunlight, that is the best kind of lighting. But if you can't, I do like these softbox lights. I would highly recommend them. They're not too expensive, and I think that they give really nice natural light that's very true to color. You just want to make sure that you're using white lights, nothing that's too blue cast or orange, and just kind of play around with it. Like move the lights around, see what looks best. Record some tester videos, just play around with it until you can get the quality right. So as far as editing, what I use to edit my videos is Final Cut Pro 10. This is a program that you have to pay for. So if you're just starting out, I do not suggest going and paying, I think it's like $300 for this editing program. Totally unnecessary. There are so many free editing softwares that you can use that will give you all of the basic functions that you need to put together a YouTube video. If you're going to be recording your videos from your phone, you can actually edit them on your phone and then upload them straight to YouTube from there. A program that I use whenever I make my Instagram videos is InShot. Highly recommend it. It's really easy to use. You can add copyright-free music onto your videos. You can add text. You can cut them up. You can speed them up, slow them down. You can add photo overlays. There's a bunch of different things that you can do on this app, and it's totally free, which is amazing. So this is what I would suggest if you're going to be editing your videos from your phone. Now, if you're going to be editing from your computer, if you have an Apple computer, iMovie comes standard and free on Apple computers. That is what I used to use when I first started out. It's a great program, and I'm pretty sure by now it's even better than it was years ago when I used to use it. Now, if you have a Windows computer, Windows Movie Maker is the Microsoft equivalent to iMovie. So that's a free program that you can use. Again, it's going to give you just all of your basic editing functions. I would say once you've been making videos for a little while, if you feel limited by those free programs, then go ahead and pay for something that's more advanced and more professional. But when you're just starting out, save your money. Like, there's no need. Somebody asked how to find copyright-free music. So when you post a video to YouTube, you cannot use any copyrighted materials. So you can't just take a song from the radio and put it on your video and then post that. You can end up getting a copyright strike. They might mute your video. They will demonetize it, meaning you won't be able to put any ads on your video or make any money from that. Or they may just remove your video altogether. And if you accumulate too many strikes like that, YouTube can remove your channel altogether. So that's something that you really need to take seriously when you're making videos. So you want to make sure that you're using copyright-free music, which means that it's music that's just free to use. So YouTube actually has an audio library where they have a whole bunch of copyright-free songs to choose from. So I will get songs from there sometimes. Usually they're a little like generic and not really the best songs, but that's somewhere that you can look. There's also 2 YouTube channels that I follow that every single day they post new copyright-free songs. Majority of the songs that I use, I find from those YouTube channels. And then, like I said, that app InShot on your phone has a whole bunch of copyright-free songs to choose from straight in the app. So that makes it super easy. Oh, somebody also asked, what do I use when I'm doing voiceovers? I always edit my videos from my desktop computer, and I can just record a voiceover through the computer, like the computer's, internal microphone. But I found that the sound on that isn't like the most clear. So I will record a voice memo on my iPhone because the iPhone actually has a really good internal microphone. So I'll, record my voiceover, Usually what I'll do is I will write down everything I want to say first because I'm really bad at just like talking on the spot. And then I just send it to my computer. If you are editing from your phone and you're using InShot, InShot has an option where you can record a voiceover straight through the app. So as far as making thumbnails, there are so many different ways that you can do this, so many different programs that you can use, but I'm just gonna share what I use. So if you're gonna be doing it from your phone, there is the app Fonto. So you can take a photo, or what I do is I will just pose, like after I'm done recording my video, I'll just hold still for a couple seconds, and then I just take a screenshot from the little video clip. And then you can use Fonto. You can literally just upload the image straight onto the app, and then you can add text on it from there. Or if you're doing it from a computer, what I like to use is PicMonkey. And feel free to get as creative as possible with your thumbnails. So the next category is how to get views and how to grow your channel. I really suggest that if you are getting into YouTube just because you want to blow up and get a whole bunch of subscribers and be like the next James Charles and become a millionaire from YouTube, good luck. So obviously, like I keep saying, I've been doing this for a long time now, and I am like almost just at 100,000 subscribers. So my growth has been very slow, very steady, and very organic. And there's not any like secret formula to success. There isn't like this one certain thing that you can do that will guarantee that you're gonna blow up overnight. It's part strategy and then part just luck, honestly. So obviously there's things that you can do to make your channel more engaging for people so that people will like your content more and want to keep watching your videos, and it will make them want to subscribe to you. Like having good quality videos, just being a likable person, making content on topics that people find interesting. The main reason that people go to YouTube is either so that they can learn something or so that they can be entertained. So you can make videos on topics that are like trending currently, or topics that are like very searchable. Right now with the quarantine, a lot of people are stuck at home, obviously. So a really trending topic is at home productivity, tips for working from home, at home workouts, all that kind of stuff. So you can make videos on trending topics like that, making your title and your thumbnail really enticing so that people will see it and want to click on it, filling out the description of your video really well and having a lot of like key terms in there that are more searchable, adding tags to your videos, promoting your videos on other social media, encouraging other people to also share your videos, uploading consistently, just being as active as possible on YouTube. Those are all things that will help you for sure. However, it's not going to guarantee that you're going to grow really quickly or get a lot of followers. What it really comes down to is YouTube has an algorithm, and they will just choose some videos to really push out there and to promote to people. The main way that people are going to come across other people's videos, like people that they're not already subscribed to, is just through the recommended videos that will pop up on the sidebar of a video they're watching or on their homepage. And the way that you can end up there, you don't have control over that. YouTube's algorithm just chooses what they put there based on what videos they think that particular person would be most interested in. And honestly, it's bizarre because I'll be on my homepage and I will get the most random videos that will pop up. I had a video on my homepage that was posted 7 years ago, and it was like a 5-second video of a seal farting. Why did they recommend that to me? I'm not over here watching videos of animals, certainly not watching videos about farts. So it can sometimes be very random and there's no rhyme or reason. Old videos that were posted years ago can suddenly go viral. It's very random. And you can't always predict it. Like sometimes I will post a video and I will think to myself, oh, this is gonna do really well. This is gonna get a lot of views. And then it doesn't, it flops. And then there'll be videos that I don't expect to do well at all, and it'll blow up and get a whole bunch of views and get me a bunch of new subscribers. So there is no secret to it, honestly. My best advice is just do it because you love it, make content that is authentic to you, and just be yourself. There was a period of time where I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my career, and I thought, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. I was posting videos 3 times a week on my channel. I had an uploading schedule, and I was like, I'm taking this super seriously, and surely my channel will grow and I'll get more subscribers and make more money and be able to do this full-time. And guess what? My channel saw barely any growth at all whatsoever during that time. And I did that for several months. And the reason why is because I hadn't really figured out my niche yet. I was just posting content that I saw everybody else doing. There's thousands upon thousands of girls out there that are doing makeup tutorials and little beauty tips and tricks. What is it about me that sets me apart and that makes me different? And at the time, nothing, because I was trying so hard to be like the other people that I was watching. It's really once I started sharing my cosmetology school experience and sharing career advice and all that stuff that my channel started to take off and really started to grow a lot. It has grown the most in this past year than it has in the last 6 years. And that's because I'm doing content that is a little bit more unique. And I think that I am showing my personality more in my videos. And it's just something that's just like totally organic to me, you know, like I'm not trying to copy anybody else. I'm doing my own thing. The next thing that everybody wants to know is, how do you make money on YouTube and how much can you make from it? So in order to make money from YouTube, you have to be considered a YouTube partner. I believe you need to have a certain amount of overall views on your channel and a certain amount of like watched hours. I can't think of the exact requirements off the top of my head, but I will look them up and insert them here. So once you hit those requirements, you can become a YouTube partner, and then you can start making ad revenue from your videos. And the way that that works basically is when your video is monetized, an ad will play at the beginning of your video, in the middle of your video, and at the end of your video. And you can select where you want the ads to play and how many ads you want. It varies depending on the length of the video, but anyway, those ads that play, every time somebody views those ads, you get money for that because it's advertising. So the way that it works is you will have a certain dollar amount per 1,000 views. This is called CPM. Now there's no way to know 100% for sure how much somebody is making on any one particular video based on the views or based on how many subscribers they have. The CPM for a video can vary channel to channel and video to video. And the CPM, I believe, depends on the type of content that you do, how engaged people are with that particular video. I don't know exactly what goes into it, but there's a bunch of different factors. So I have some videos on my channel where the CPM is like $20. As far as I know, within like the beauty field, $20 CPM is on the high end. And then I have some videos that have like a $3 CPM. So it totally varies, and it's so bizarre too, because even when I look at my own channel and my own videos, I can't even figure out a rhyme or reason for it. I will have some videos, like my story time videos, the CPM is all totally different for all of those videos, even though they're the exact same kind of thing. The length of the video is about the same, the views are about the same, the engagement is the same. Like, so I have no idea. There is a website called Social Blade where you can look people up and you can see like an estimate of how much money they make, but the ranges on there are so wide and I don't know that it's always accurate. So when you're getting money from ad revenue, the way that you get paid is you can set up direct deposit through Google AdSense, and Google, who owns YouTube, will pay you directly, or they'll send you a check in the mail, and you get paid every month for the month previous. And it's always on the 21st of the month. So like on the 21st of March, I got a check for my February views, if that makes sense. And you make money on the views of videos regardless of when they were uploaded. So if a bunch of people go and watch a video that I posted 6 years ago, I will still make revenue from that video as long as it's monetized. Other ways that you can make money on YouTube is through sponsored videos. So in that case, usually the company will reach out to you through email and they will offer you some type of deal, and they'll either ask you like what your prices are, or they'll offer you a certain amount based on their budget for that particular campaign. And it totally depends on the company and the YouTuber, but you can either do like a specific sponsor video where you're like just using one particular product and talking about that throughout the entire video, or like this one, it's just like a mention. So I just talk about the company for like a minute or so in the video, and then you get paid from that. But that's like a totally separate thing from AdSense. It has nothing to do with YouTube. Like YouTube is not involved at all in that transaction. That's a totally separate thing that you deal with. And depending on the company, again, they will either send you money through like PayPal, or they'll do direct deposit, or just mail you a check or something like that. And the amount that you can get totally varies. It depends on the company. It depends on your channel, how many views you typically get, how many subscribers you have. Obviously, the more views you get and the bigger your following, the more money they're gonna offer you. And when it comes to sponsored content, there's a contract, a non-disclosure, confidentiality, blah, 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 blah. So usually we can't specifically say how much money we get for certain sponsorships, but I mean, that can vary anywhere from like $50 to thousands of dollars. I mean, I've heard like big time YouTubers can make tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars for sponsorships. It just depends. And it's crazy to even think about. The amount of money that some people make from one sponsorship is more money than what most people make in an entire year. It's insane. And then we can also make money through affiliate links. So I, a lot of the times, will have affiliate links in the description of my videos so that when somebody clicks that link in my description and then makes a purchase, I get a really, really small commission off of that purchase. And the amount of money you can make from that, again, totally varies. So for me, I utilize all 3 ways of making money on YouTube. It can vary so much month to month, and there isn't really a guarantee of how much money you're gonna make. So it can be very inconsistent. There will be some months where I will make significantly more money, and then other months where not as much. So yeah, personally for my YouTube channel, like I said, some months are better than others, but I could right now live off of just this as my only source of income and I would be okay. Oh, one thing that I have to mention though, as far as making money, is that taxes do not automatically get taken out from your YouTube income. So you do have to be responsible of your own taxes, and you have to file your taxes like a business owner, like somebody who works for themselves. And then lastly, coming up with content, staying motivated, and dealing with hate. So somebody said, do you struggle to come up with content? How do you come up with content? I always keep a list of video ideas. So anytime I have an idea for a video, I jot it down and I will just literally like plan out all of my thoughts, like everything that I want to talk about in the video. I will write down because otherwise I will forget. And I don't know, ideas will just come to me. I will either see somebody else's video and I'll get inspired by that, or a lot of the ideas I get honestly is from you guys. People will either suggest video ideas in the comments, or I'll get a DM from somebody asking me a question and I'll be like, hey, that is a good video idea. I'm sure there's other people who are wondering the same thing. Or even interactions that I have with clients in the salon. I don't have like any specific tips and tricks for it. It just like the ideas just come to me. And just think about, what kind of videos do you like watching? What's something that you think would be really cool to share with people and something that would just be fun for you to make? Oh, somebody else asked, is it truly time consuming as well as needing to be tech savvy since I'm an old broad? Aw. It is definitely time consuming. Whenever I go to film a video, because I sit in front of a camera, obviously I need to be looking presentable. So I have to get ready. I have to do my hair and my makeup. So that takes some time, you know, depending on what I'm doing. It could take anywhere from like 20 minutes to an hour, and then getting everything set up and then actually sitting down and filming the video. Depending on what kind of video it is, I might need to plan it out ahead of time. So obviously that takes more time too. So filming for just one video can take me anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour, and then actually editing the video, depending again on what kind of video it is and how long it is, can take me anywhere from like an hour to 3, 4, 5 hours. And then making the thumbnail doesn't usually take me too long, probably like 10-15 minutes or so. Filling out the description box, depending on how much information I need, that can take a while. If I need to find a whole bunch of links for different things, and then waiting for the video to actually upload and post. Yes, it is definitely time consuming. If you want to be consistent with it and take it seriously, you need to really find a way to fit it into your schedule and set aside time to do it. I rarely will sit down, film a video, edit, and post it all in one day. I like to split it up because I do still work a regular job. So I'll usually film a few videos at a time one day, and then I'll just like edit them over the next week or so. And then as far as being tech savvy, I mean, it's not that difficult to do. If it was, there wouldn't be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people doing it. However, you do need some type of concept of how to use technology. It is something that you can learn and get the hang of over time. You don't need to be an expert right away in order to start. There are so many helpful tutorials online that you can watch. There's a ton of Skillshare classes that you can watch that will teach you all about how to use a camera, how to film, how to use your computer to edit, and all that kind of stuff. But I would say if you're not tech savvy at all, it's definitely gonna be more difficult, of course. I don't want that to discourage anybody from doing it, but just keep in mind this isn't something that is super easy. It does definitely require time and skill. And then lastly, how do you cope with haters? I just try to not acknowledge it. I do have my days where I'm more sensitive, and if I'm having those kinds of days where I know I can't handle reading a mean comment, I just won't check my comments that day. Like, I will only go and look at comments on the days where I'm like feeling strong and feeling confident. There have definitely been times in the past where I've clapped back because sometimes you just can't help it, but I try to just ignore it. But if it's something that really bothers me that much, I'll just straight up delete it. I don't have time for that. Anyway, that is gonna be it for this video. I have been sitting here talking for probably at least an hour. I hope that I was able to answer all of the questions that you guys had. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Like I said, it's good for the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, make sure that you're subscribed and you hit that bell notification. You can also go follow me over on Instagram, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.